Good morning, America. How are we all doing this lovely Wednesday morning, November 5th? Well, I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling good for the first time in a while. And let me tell you why. Yesterday, here in the United States of America, on Tuesday, November 4th, we had a few important elections across the country in Virginia, over here where I am in California, in New York, New Jersey. And I'm telling you right now, the outcome has Trump shook. I woke up to a series of angry tweets or Truth Social posts, whatever you want to call it, from our president. He obviously lost sleep last night because the American people showed him who he really is. And it's not this king that he thinks he is. No, 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 no. We don't have a royal monarch here in the United States of America. No, he's an actual dictator. And he is a horrible person because last night, little petty Donald Trump decided he's going to withhold SNAP benefits still. Yeah, so he's an asshole. And I feel very confident saying that because guess what? Free speech is going to be protected at least until now for a couple of years because the Democrats, the do nothing Democrats, even them, they stepped up and we were able to achieve what we all wanted, at least for now. And that was a blue sweep. And this is coming from an independent. I left the Democratic Party. Y'all know this. Do nothing Democrats, APAC, all of that. I've had enough. But I am very pleased with what happened last night. In particular, with what happened in California. I voted yes on Prop 50 proudly. And I'll say, I don't think we should have even had to get here, right? I don't think we should have had this vote. But Texas wanted to start this, and so we're going to finish it, and we did. So that's all on them. And Republicans, MAGAs out there, don't blame us. Oh, no, no, no. The Republicans started this. The MAGA leadership started this. So we just ended it, and we ended it positively. And now, unfortunately for you guys, the Democrats, independents, more left-leaning folks, are going to have more seats in the House of Representatives. And it's going to be to the point where I don't know when we'll have another red wave in the House if y'all want to keep this up. And it's truly because of the actions of those politicians, because they don't give a damn. Politicians don't give a damn about you, about me, about anything. They just care about the money that's going into their own pockets while we're all starving, while we have no health care. Okay. But not over in New York. Oh, no, no, no. Zoran Mondani. I absolutely love him, and I would have 100% voted for Z if I lived in New York. And actually, I'll be honest with you, he kind of makes me want to leave. Karen Bass, what are we doing in LA? And he proved that over there in New York, and the New York people did too, because it's over with. Billionaires are done running shit here, at least in more prominent blue states, at least definitely in the states that I'm going to be in, because I'm going to be very vocal about this. But congratulations to Mandami. Like, you just started this new wave, and I truly think there's going to be, what is that called? Like a fallout. Like, what is that called? Like a wave to this, like a effect. What is that called? Domino effect. I truly believe there's going to be a domino effect because of this. I think people are going to want more progressive ideas. We're done with the establishment Democrats and we've had enough. Like, there's no more. It's done. Billionaires spent more money fighting against Zoran Mandami, the mayor of New York. Shout out to you. I'm calling him the mayor now. Eric Adams was nothing. And so they spent more money against him than they would actually pay in taxes. That's how stupid billionaires are. Billionaires are stupid. And Andrew Cuomo, I mean, horrible campaign. I'm so tired of these men thinking they can go back in power when they have all these sexual allegations against them. He left the governorship because he had allegations against him of sexual harassment. Let that sink in. Why would we want to elect somebody in the mayor position of one of the most important states in the United States of America? In my opinion, it's New York. It's the financial hub. It's the diversity hub. There's a lot going on in New York that we can all learn from. It makes no sense. And this is the repercussions. There are always repercussions to actions, especially when you do dictatorship. Donald Trump. This is a repercussion. So shout out to New York. It's an amazing, what you all did out there was amazing. And so the Mayor Z is what I hear people calling him, which I think is kind of cool. And so he's the youngest mayor to ever hold position in New York. And I think that's telling because we need more younger ideas. And one thing that I love that Mayor Z does, he trolls the heck out of Trump. He trolls the heck out of him. And he actually said to him, quote, "So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up." And it's true. You've got to troll someone like Donald Trump because he's the ultimate troll and he's the ultimate bully. And so you have to fight fire with someone like him. And I love it. Turn that volume up because, honey, we know you're declining. Your health is declining. And I'm worried. I'm worried. That's all. So shout out to New York. You guys are making moves over there. Now, this one's personal to me because I voted in this election. I voted yes on Prop 50 because the Republicans keep trying to try me. And I needed my voice to be heard. And I wasn't going to let Texas run America. Are you kidding me? You think I was going to lose democracy over these GOP assholes? Absolutely not. Are you kidding? MAGAs, I'm done. I'm done. MAGA's not going to run America anymore. We've had enough. And so this was number one step. You've messed up. Prop 50 went through overwhelmingly. Like there was a million, multi-million difference. Multi-million is crazy, but a couple million people difference from yes and no. It's a big deal. So what does Prop 50 mean? Okay, so the ballot measure for Prop 50 establishes a new congressional map through 2030. And so by doing this, like remapping the whole California, state of California, this will not only give Democrats 5 additional seats, but they are going to take already sitting Republicans in California seats away. Do you guys know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a joke. In total, I think there'll be like, I don't know, 12 new Democratic seats plus. I don't know. It's going to be a big chain of events. And listen, none of us called for this. That's the crazy part. The Republicans did this. They literally ruined their own party. The MAGAs ruined the Republican Party. Just let that sink in that it was all lost because of a group of MAGAs. That must be a real tough pill to swallow because when I've realized that the establishment Democrats took over the Democratic Party, that would suck because I voted Democrat. I thought that was the right way to do. And then when I figured out AIPAC and the establishment, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it is what it is. So congratulations to us in California. I'm excited to see what candidates are going to be out there. No more AIPAC. I'm going to be following all the good ones that believe in actual human rights, universal healthcare, lower inflation, housing market needs to be looked at because it's an absolute disaster. Those are the ones I'm going to be looking at. So congratulations to us. JD Vance's half brother loses the mayor race in Cincinnati. First of all, I didn't even know that JD Vance had a half brother. And I also didn't know that he was running for mayor, for the mayor seat in Cincinnati. And I think that's very telling because I feel like he must have known that he was going to lose because he lost by a landslide. You guys, like it was really bad. And I believe he lost against the first ever Muslim mayor, right? Yeah, the first ever Muslim mayor, which is ironic. What poetic justice is that? Do you know what I mean? Like, how perfect is that JD Vance's little brother lost against, I'm going to butcher the name and I apologize, but I'm definitely going to be paying attention to the mayor of Cincinnati. The new mayor, congratulations, Aftav Pravel won re-election of the mayor of Cincinnati. Oh, so he was currently the mayor already. And then Corey Bowman is the Republican, and that's JD Vance's half little brother. And what's funny is that they were able to declare this winner pretty quickly because apparently he won like 80% of the vote or something crazy. So congrats over there in Cincinnati. Your democracy is at least safe for now, unless the Democrat is like an AIPAC person, then we might have a little bit of an issue there. Virginia was a huge surprise. Virginia was a huge upset, I think, for the GOP, especially because the Democrats won every single thing that was up for election in Virginia. Democrats won every single county. And the Republicans were so sure they were going to sweep at least half of Virginia. They won nothing. This is how bad it is, you guys. They won absolutely nothing in Virginia. And so Virginia State Senator, I do apologize again, but Ghazala Hassami became the first Muslim American woman elected to the statewide office in the U.S. This is amazing. And this is the second time that the senator has made history in the election. In 2019, she was the first Muslim American elected to the Virginia state legislature. So she's qualified is what it's giving. But I do love that she's Muslim American because I just know that Trump is pissed. I know Trump is seething. He's on his little Truth Social with his like broken hands, just typing away, angry as hell. All right, moving on. In Albany, New York, the first ever Dorsey Aprilis won the Albany mayor election. And in Georgia, two Democrats flip Republican commissioner seats. So that was really interesting for public service. So new commissioners, they're now Democrats. Two new ones, they flip the Republican seats. That's very telling. That's Marjorie Taylor Greene's Georgia state. So I think that's very important to pay attention to because let's see how she moves, knowing that her state is going back blue a little bit again. In Detroit, Mary Sheffield became the first woman in 324 years to become mayor of the city. She is a Black woman. Shout out to her. That's amazing. Let's see what Detroit's going to have in the next few years. Democrat Abigail Spangler wins the Virginia governor race. That was a huge one that everyone was looking at. Some Republicans thought that the Republican guy would win, but she won by a landslide. It's actually so crazy. This one was an interesting fact that I had to look up, but the Democrats retained the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. Apparently, the Republicans were trying to out all of the Democrats that were in the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, and the Republicans and their billionaire donors put a ton of money towards it. Well, Pennsylvania, the people of Pennsylvania were like, no. They made it very clear the state is not for sale. Have you noticed a pattern here? Billionaires are losing grip. Okay, let's move on. Democrat Mikey Sherrill, that was another big one. She is now the official governor of New Jersey. And there was a lot of talk and a lot of fear mongering from the GOP side that New Jersey was going to flip red or it was just going to go more red. And that wasn't the case at all. At all. Okay, moving on. Democrat Jay Jones defeated Republican Jason Mares in Virginia, another Virginia race. The attorney general position was one that I heard Jim Jordan on CNN earlier yesterday before the election results. He said they were confident they were going to win the attorney general position in Virginia. Well, they lost it to a Black man, by the way, Jay Jones. So I don't know much about Jay Jones, but the people voted for him. And he's now going to be the new Attorney General of Virginia. Another one in Charlotte, the mayoral election, a Democrat won, V. Lyles. Justin Bibb was elected to second term as Cleveland's mayor, Black man. And then this was really interesting because I think people forget the small little bills and policies that the Republicans try to throw out there, for illegal purposes and also trying to rig the election. And one in particular was over in Maine. So the people of Maine had one question, I believe, on the ballot, right? Was it one or is that just California? But they had one of the questions on the ballot which was about protecting absentee voting. And so the Republicans over in Maine are trying to get absentee voting banned, right? Because they don't believe in all that stuff. They don't believe in mail voting. They don't believe in absentee voting, et cetera, et cetera. Well, the people of Maine, the last election, 40% overwhelmingly voted in absentee elections. So they were like, you're not taking this vote away. So that got shut down. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not just the big races like the Mondanis or the Virginia governors or whatever, Prop 50, which don't get me wrong, they are just as important. It's these little tiny bills that the GOP and the MAGAs try to sneak in to win. And it doesn't work anymore because we're reading the fine print. We are reading the fine print. And so what did our lovely president Donald J. Trump say about all of this madness? And I want you to keep in mind, this is very, very early Wednesday morning. So I'm pretty sure he's going to come up with a whole bunch of rants later on. But let me just read, and you can see on the screen, some of Trump's Truth Social posts about the election. He was up late, by the way, because these were all in the middle of the night. He says, quote, Trump wasn't on the ballot and the shutdown were the two reasons that Republicans lost the election tonight, according to pollsters. Where is he getting that from? Who are the pollsters? Like, who are these pollsters that are telling, like, who are these people lying to him, telling him that? I think he's making it up. I think it's the dementia. I think the dementia, he's coming up with these crazy things. And then he goes on about telling the Republicans to terminate the filibuster, pass voter reform, voter ID, no mail-in ballots, because they want to stop everybody from voting, and they think that this is what's causing them to lose elections, which is crazy. No, it's your crazy dictatorship and regime. Just saying. And then he ends it with something that everybody's like, what does this mean? And he goes, and so it begins. It sounds like a threat to me, but I don't know how to take this. But then again, it's Donald Trump, and so I can't take anything seriously. I don't know. This administration is just so strange. How do you guys feel about this? It's so weird. He is so in over his head. Delusional is being very nice. And so about Prop 50, Donald Trump goes, keep in mind, Prop 50 was started because of the Republicans who did this without a vote, by the way. And Donald J. Trump says, the unconstitutional redistricting vote in California is a giant scam, and the entire process, in particular the voting itself, is rigged. All mail-in ballots where Republicans in that state are shut out is very serious legal criminal review. Stay tuned. The hell is he talking about? He thinks the only reason he can win is if he's on the ballot. And you know what, you guys? That might be true, especially for his audience. If they don't see a Trump like person, or at least Trump's name, they're probably not going to be inclined. That's how much he had these people in a chokehold. Yeah, how do you guys feel about it? I mean, Andrew Cuomo's open for work, as he should be. And I can't wait to see what Chris Cuomo says about this. I'm going to be paying attention to the reactions, and who knows, maybe I'll do a video later today with more updates to the reactions, because I'm really fascinated. I didn't think it was going to be this much of a blue sweep. I'm not going to lie to you, because the last election when Trump won and the MAGAs won almost everything humbled me and made me very skeptical. And it also made me open my eyes a lot to the do nothing Democrats. So I'm excited to see how the progressiveness in America goes, how the left leaning parties change. Are we going to split off and have two parties? Will we have the Democrats and then maybe the progressives? I don't know. I'll join the progressives. All right. Thank you all for listening. And yeah, my next video will be the reactions. How about that? All right. Bye.